Good evening, everybody. Julie here. Welcome to the channel. This video is the 50 states of America, the people, the places, the history. This is the box set that I bought at Books A Million that we have been going right on through. My reason is because I want to travel all over the United States, and it's great to know what's out there, and hopefully people will share their experiences and the places they've gone and the places they've lived in the comments of the different states. So that's why I decided to do it. So I'm going to zoom right through this one because I really messed my other video up because I'm overtired. So we're going to get through this quickly. And tomorrow night we are supposed to have some severe storms. So if you don't see a video come out for tomorrow, it's the weather, and I will catch us up when that's over. So the box has cards and then a book with more about each state. So today we're in New Hampshire. New Hampshire joined the Union June 21st, 1788. New Hampshire is one of the birthplaces of American freedom and independence, a place with a love and passion for liberty. Marcia Blackburn wrote that about New Hampshire. This is the card. Okay. All right. On the back of the card, the abbreviation is NH. The nickname is the Granite State. The animal symbol is a purple finch. Population is 1.4 million. Area is 9,304 square miles. Wow, that's a small state. It's in the Eastern time zone. It was the 9th state to enter the Union, and the capital is in Concord. And there's the back of the card. All right, and on to our book here. New Hampshire. Small and influential. That's New Hampshire, originally part of North Virginia. This wedge-shaped state next to Maine, up in the northeast corner of the USA, can claim several notable firsts, ranging from the humble spud to space pioneers. With its uncompromising motto, live free or die, it has a history of doing its own thing in a way that others tend to follow. For anyone who knows the original Hampshire, one of England's least remarkable counties, the name given to it by merchant seaman Captain John Mason in 1629 after his adopted homeland, it is a little surprising. There are no mountains in Hampshire, for a start, whereas New Hampshire has enough to earn the nickname, the Switzerland of America. Skiing is popular here, as are alarm clocks. A New Hampshire called Levi Hutchins invented the first American alarm clock in 1787, which woke him up at 4 o'clock every morning. New Hampshire also gave us the Segway and Timberlands, a boot made for New Hampshire if ever there was one. And Mary Had a Little Lamb, written by Sarah Josephia Hale of Newport, who deserves to be famous for that alone. But it was also largely down to her lobbying that Americans enjoyed the annual Thanksgiving holiday. Did you know New Hampshire has the shortest coastline, 18.6 miles, of any coastal state, but makes up for it by having 1,300 lakes or ponds and 40 rivers? Famous firsts. New Hampshire led the way to independence from Great Britain when it formed its own independent government 6 months before the Declaration of Independence. And the first blood spilled in the Civil War was New Hampshire blood, that of a 17-year-old Luther C. Ladd of Alexandria, killed during the Baltimore Riot of 1861 and presidential elections today. Dixville Notch in New Hampshire is the first place to cast its votes. Then there's Peterborough, home of the country's first public library. Alan Shepard of Derry, who was the first American in space and still holds the record for the longest ever golf shot, about 2.5 miles, on a visit to the moon in 1971. Added to which the first private citizen in the history of spaceflight was Krista McCullough, a school teacher from Concord. And while we may never know who was the first American to be abducted by aliens, Betty and Barney Hill of Portsmouth were certainly among the first to be given back. In 1961, they claimed to have had an uncomfortably close encounter while driving home from vacation up near the famous granite landmark town, or landmark known as Old Man of the Mountain. Don't go looking for it. It collapsed in 2003. Now I'm going to show you this picture real quick. Hand-colored lithograph of the beautiful city of Concord, New Hampshire, 1851. And that's the drawing there. Hopefully you can see that good. Natural beauty. New Hampshire is the kind of place where you could be abducted by aliens without anyone noticing. It's largely uninhabited, a wilderness of forest, lakes, and mountains dotted with the occasional quaint old village, which makes it rather beautiful, especially in the fall, when the deciduous forests turn into a spectacle of autumn color. It is also home to 5 of New England's great rivers, leading to its sometime nickname as Mother of Rivers, the Connecticut River, which rises in the north, the Merrimack, on which the state capital of Concord sits, the Piscataqua, the Concho, and the Salmon Falls rivers all have their beginnings in the granite hills of New Hampshire, which have led to the state's commonly known nickname, the Granite State. The White Mountains are where the skiing happens, and while its highest peak, Mount Washington, isn't among the country's biggest at a little over 6,000 feet, it does hold the record for the highest wind speed ever recorded, 231 miles per hour. That's enough to blow you off your Harley, yet New Hampshire is very liberal about road safety. It's one of the few states where crash helmets are not compulsory on motorbikes, and the only state where you don't have to wear a seatbelt in a car. Despite its sparse population, New Hampshire has managed to rustle up some notable characters, including Mary Baker Eddy, the founder of Christian Science, comedy actor Adam Sandler, a sense of humor helps in New Hampshire, and America's 14th president, Franklin Pierce. And finally, that potato, having been introduced to Europe by the Spanish conquistadors returning from South America, the humble spud was then distributed around the world by these gallant colonists, and America's first potato was planted in New Hampshire. All right, in the little blurb, it says summer resort. The New Hampshire town that people love to visit is Wolfboro, on the shore of Lake Winnipesaukee. People have been coming here for their summer recreation for 250 years, drawn by the peace and quiet and the period charm of the architecture. Presidents, politicians, royals, and Hollywood stars have taken their vacations in Wolfboro, a comfortable concoction of grand hotels, country clubs, and quaint hideaways. And then the picture up here is Mount Washington, known as Agiochocook by Native Americans, rises to 6,288 feet here. We see it in the distance above the Great Gulf Wilderness. And that's the picture right there. And that's the end of the video. What did y'all think about New Hampshire? Have you been there, or do you live there, or do you know somebody who lives here? There? It didn't really list any, any places that would be neat to visit, but I bet you some of you out there know some. Because, there's got to be a lot of cool places there. Just didn't really list any of them. But I'm sure I'm going to find out. But I thank you so much for watching the videos, everybody. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things, and keep continue to watch, and we've got a little bit more to go here. We're a little over halfway through now, I think, and you know, I'll come up with something after we do this. But please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things to, you know, get the videos out there and help people find us. We do the Bible recap. We're reading the Bible in year and chronological order, so be looking for those videos. I do some travel videos. They're on there. I do inspirational videos. I do some reviews on shows and stuff, and just a multitude of different things. We thank you so much for watching, everybody, and we hope we'll see you in the next video. Have a great night, and don't forget, tomorrow night may not happen if the storms are real bad. So hopefully it's a bunch of nothing, but you know, the last couple times they've been right, so we're not going to worry about ignoring it. We're going to pay attention. So I thank you all, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.